UN report, Climate Change Undermining Fights Poverty. United Nations hunger is growing and the world is not on track to end extreme poverty by 2030 and meet other UN goals, mainly because progress is being undermined by the impact of climate change and increasing inequality, a UN report said on Tuesday. The report on progress toward achieving the 17 UN goals notes achievements in some areas, including a 49% fall in child mortality between 2000 and 2017, as well as electricity now reaching nearly 90% of the world's population. But Liu Zhenmin, the UN Undersecretary General for Economic and Social Affairs, said that despite some advances, monumental challenges remain. Liu said at a news conference that the most urgent area for action was climate change, which may impact the progress made over the last several decades in reducing poverty and improving life for millions of people around the world. Biodiversity loss. According to the report, biodiversity loss is happening at an accelerated rate, and the risk of species extinction has worsened by almost 10% over the last 25 years. Global temperatures have risen, ocean acidity has increased 26% since preindustrial times, and investment in fossil fuels continues to be higher than investment in climate activity, it said. Liu said the report also showed inequality is rising and too many people are left behind. That, he said, is another big challenge for the world. The first of the 17 goals adopted by world leaders in 2015 is to eliminate extreme poverty, people living on less than $90 a day, and the second goal is to end hunger, achieve food security and promote sustainable agriculture. According to the report, neither goal is likely to be achieved by 2030. Extreme poverty. While the number of people living in extreme poverty declined to 8.6% of the world's population in 2018, the report said the pace was slowing and projections suggested that 6% of people would still be living in extreme poverty by 2030 if current trends continued. Francesca Perucci, chief statistician in the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs, said an estimated 736 million people were still living in extreme poverty globally, including 413 million in sub-Saharan Africa. Extreme poverty today is concentrated and overwhelmingly affects rural populations, the report said. Increasingly, it is exacerbated by violent conflict and climate change. While Liu noted good progress on 16 of the UN goals, he said there's been no good progress on ending hunger, which he called a tragedy for the international community. The most direct impact of climate change is on agricultural production, a key factor in increasing hunger, he said. More people going hungry. According to the report, the number of people going hungry has increased since 2014. An estimated 821 million people were undernourished in 2017, up from 784 million in 2015 and the same number as in 2010, it said. On education, it warned that proficiency in reading and mathematics was shockingly low. Globally, an estimated 617 million children and adolescents of primary and lower secondary school age, more than 55% of the global total, lacked minimum proficiency in reading and mathematics in 2015. The report said women represent 39% of the workforce, but hold only 27% of managerial positions. No access to clean water. It said 785 million people had no access to clean drinking water in 2017, while 673 million lacked good sanitation systems, the majority of them in southern Asia. Perucci said 80% of people worldwide were online, but only 45% of those living in developing countries and just 20% in the least developed countries had access to the internet. It is abundantly clear that a much deeper, faster and more ambitious response is needed to unleash the social and economic transformation needed to achieve our 2030 goals, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said in the report's foreword. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.